Did you know that you can master vegetable gardening in just 3 growing seasons? Well, in this video I'm going to share with you an expanded explanation of the article. If you need that article, by the way, it's in the description below. Get the article and read through. But if you want to watch the video, you can continue the video with me. But the article is also present in the description below. And also you can get other articles that you missed out that in relation to getting the tips that you need for you to produce the dream garden that you love to produce, that you dream of producing. So I am going to share with this in this video that how you can master vegetable gardening in just 3 growing seasons. Most farmers make the mistake of getting so lost in doing research. They want to get the best strategies, they are looking up stuff, and it's knowledge upon knowledge and upon knowledge. But one thing you don't realize is that it's not about you getting a lot of information, it's actually about you starting. Because information that is out there is based on the context that this person was in before they started their gardening, what things they didn't have, what things they lacked. So in trying out different things, they came up with a proven way of how to do things and of how to come up with better ways of growing. And so they started their guides and templates, and those are the things they share out there for you to actually do. So we are different people. What someone else may need may not be what I need, depending on where I am. What they have may not be what I have. Because some people may share information and tell you need to start this vegetable, you need to have this seed. If you don't have this seed, you cannot start. And yeah, so most people actually just get so lost in doing a lot of research, and the thing is you starting. You need to get a workable template, you need to get what works, you need to get what is actually doing the work there in the garden, and start. You don't get to know what you need until you start on your garden. So don't delay your start. Start now. I emphasize start now. You don't know what to do until you do it. It's not the information that you have in the head of how to do it. How do I grow this? Because there are very many farmers there that have a lot of information of how they can do that, but most of them don't do the things they're actually saying. So you have to start. You know what to do until you do it. So don't delay your start as a farmer, beginner farmer. Go out there and start doing the work. So 3 years ago, after school, I started as an agronomist consultant. I want to share my experience why you need to actually start. I entered the field, of course, I had my degree, entered the field to start help farmers grow what they need to grow. And I was very, 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 very intimidated by people who are actually in the field. People in the field intimidate us a lot. Anyway, I think they don't do it cautiously, but when you come to the field, you find people who are experienced, people who know their craft, people who know what to do, and that always intimidated me a lot. That I came, yes, I had the degree on my head, I had the books, I had the papers, but I didn't have the practical experience I needed to be able to produce what I needed in the field. So when I came in the field, I found these people had a lot of information that I didn't know, and they always applied things that I didn't know. And I realized it's like they had crammed this information in their heads, like they had grasped these concepts. They knew what to do, they knew what to answer. Sometimes you'd see an expert being interviewed and you'd see they have the right answers, they have the right stats, they give you percentages of things, and always that intimidated me a lot. And I went into diving and digging into a lot of information, and I realized I thought they were just grasping the information in their head, and I realized every time I tried to work out this information, I realized I always had gaps. I always, when I stood with other people who are in the field and compared myself after doing a lot of research and studying and having information in my head, there's always something that they had that I did not know. There's always some little thing that they had that I could not comprehend with. So I got so frustrated until I realized that what makes you experienced is actually you going in the field and doing the work with the information that you have. Get practical, get hands-on, touch stuff, experience things, and be able to find out where your gaps are in the information. In the practical information, I'll emphasize that practical information, not just the information that you have as hands-on, but as practical information. Go out and do the thing. You're intending to grow a vegetable, find ways of starting as soon as possible. Don't delay your start, because when you think you just have to have a lot of information, to just delay you, it will frustrate you. You won't be able to have the control, because for you to feel that you have the control over your production is when you know what to do practically, not by information in the head. So you need to go and actually start out. So one thing that I learned from some man, he said, always do what I say and then modify later. So what do you do for you to start to become the expert of the vegetable that you want to grow? Find what works and then do as they say, then modify later. Don't get so lost in having a lot of information. Just get a little information about something. If it's growing tomatoes, find someone who has grown tomatoes, get how they grew the tomatoes, then enter the field and start growing the tomatoes. The first season may not be the best, may be the best, but just know you cannot master it in one season. You need to the first season I say you need to, the first season is apply what works. The last 2 seasons are for you to fill in the gaps of what lacks in. So you need a sense of feedback on how you, that's why I say you need to first apply what works, because what works gives you a basis of how you can form your own system of how to grow something. So because there are different systems out there that are shared by different people, you can find someone who grows tomatoes differently. Someone may share tomatoes that are bushy type, someone may share that climbing type of tomatoes. So you just need to find something that you want that actually works, that is not just word say. Find from people who are actually doing the thing, and then the first season is for you to do what that person has done the way it is. Of course, like our resources are different. You get the resources that fit their system. So find their system and use the same system to grow. If you're not able to finance the system on a large scale, reduce the scale and please just apply the system that works there. And then the other 2 seasons is you adapting and finding what fits you and what suits you, and what errors you made, what gaps you need to fill in, what mistakes you did. Because even me personally, when I was starting to grow Irish potatoes 2 years ago, I made very many mistakes. I was going for a client. Of course, like I said, I just entered the field. I was going for a client and I made a lot of mistakes. Of course, I got the best information that I needed to do whatever I needed to do. But things in the end did not work out the way they had to work out. I thought they would work out because I was the expert. I applied everything, the best fertilizers, the best. I put stuff in line, and yeah, I did all the science there is, but just things did not work out. So, but I had to go back and think through what mistakes I made, what did I do right. And I noticed, because I grew up Irish potatoes, and Irish potatoes are so susceptible. They are so susceptible to bacterial wilt disease. Once that disease gets your crop, it can burn the whole field and you get 0% yield. So these crops are, when they get in touch with bacterial wilt. So the mistake that I did growing, of course, we can't erase bacterial wilt, especially here in the tropical regions completely. But we can find ways of reducing and mitigating the effect of bacterial wilt. So the mistake that I did, I put organic manure that was infected in my garden, Irish potatoes. And I also used a tractor. And you know, the tractor guys, usually these people do not, because I was hiring a tractor to help me till the land, these people with a tractor usually don't sterilize their plowing discs. So those are the two reasons why bacterial wilt was so prevalent in my garden, and I made 80% loss. And yeah, so I harvested very few sacks from what I expected because I did that. But I did not give up. I continued to grow and I eliminated those two things and my production improved. Of course, bacterial wilt came in, but it wasn't like the first time. Like I said, we can't completely eliminate these tropical diseases. We have to find just ways of mitigating them. So I improved my nutrition of the plant, and the management, weeding was also one of the problems. But I worked on those three things and I was able to make things better. So yeah, experiment what works, and you need to actually go in the field. So I'm good at growing potatoes because I actually went and started growing them and learned what to do. I was given a proven template, a proven manual of what needs to work. Then I just entered the field. So how do you actually get the right way of starting? Like I've said, first of all, start with a template that you need for you to grow. But if you don't have a template from where to start, if you're just lost and don't know where to start, looking for a template, I have designed a beginner guide template. Check it in the description below. It will give you ways of where to start from and where to go. You know what to expect in vegetable, because your mind must be prepared of what to expect. And also comes with 10 free vegetable guides from which you can choose a vegetable that you want to start. You can start to grow. Go and actually do the thing. So number one, you just need to get the template. Then number two, get a person that is experienced and grow with them. You can master faster when you have someone that you're growing with that knows what to do. So don't start alone. Don't make the mistake of always starting alone. I always emphasize that, of course, almost every other video that I share here, that don't start alone. Find someone who's doing the thing. Me, I started with a research doctor when I was growing Irish potatoes. She gave me everything. She gave me the manual that I needed to start with on how to grow potatoes, what I needed to have, the diseases that are prevalent there. She gave me everything. And the beauty about that, she continued with me on the whole journey. She kept on giving me advice. I would tell her, now my potatoes are diseased. She would tell me ways. Of course, she knew the garden was going to go down, but she kept on advising me and encouraging me to do things better. And right now I'm good at growing Irish potatoes. I know what to do. When you tell me grow Irish potatoes, I know what to do. I know when the diseases come in, this is what we should do. Or I know when it has reached a certain level, and I know now this is beyond recovery. We have to just wait and see what comes out of the garden. So yeah, that is the way that you can master vegetable gardening in just 3 seasons. Find what works, do as it says, and then modify later. Don't get what works and then modify. Get it, go and implement it, then the next 2 seasons modify, filling in the gaps. Find feedback of what you did wrong and then work things out. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Ciao. Let's see you in the next video. Bye.